Mathematics behind neural network. I have listed some topics here: cost function, derivatives, chain rule, gradient descent. The reason I have listed these functions here is I want you to be very confident on the mathematics running behind a neural network, so that tomorrow if you go for an interviewer asks you to explain the maths behind neural network, then you should be able to do that with the help of a paper and pen. Okay, to have that level of confidence, these are very important things, concepts to know. So I'll explain you all these concepts one by one in very simple manner so that you are able to digest and use that in your implementation. Welcome to Unfold Data Science. My name is Aman and I'm a data scientist. Let us start the discussion with cost function. So can you recollect cost function? What is cost function? So let me help you out here. So cost function is nothing but a function, basically a function that tells you the goodness of your model. A cost function is a function that tells you how good is your model. Now let us try to understand with the example of linear regression. So in linear regression, how do you say your model is good or not good? You see what is your actual values, correct? And you compare this actual value with your predicted value, correct? And if this difference is low, then you say that your model is good. If this difference is high, you say your model is not doing good, correct? Now, if we put this equation in the form of a function, then how can we write that function? So, in the simplest form, y is equal to mx plus c is the equation of a straight line. Let us consider that the model in the linear regression, correct? So how the cost function will look like is y actual minus, this is actual value of y, minus the predicted value. Where from predicted value will come? This is the model, so this is the predicted value, mx plus c. Y minus y actual minus mx plus c, correct? So this is your difference. Now if you take the square of this is nothing but sum of squared error that we call it. If you take a summation I is equal to 1 to n, this is sum of squared error. You must be aware of this. Now if you see this function carefully, this y actual comes from your training data or test data. So this will be a number. Let us say for all these n's, for an individual observation, this can be written as 13 or 14 or whatever is there in your data. But this entire thing is nothing but a function of m and c. This x also comes from data. This entire thing is nothing but a function of m and c. And what you can see here is nothing but cost function for linear regression model. How the cost function is defined or written is j. J is the cost function and this is a function of m and c. So j, which is a function of m and c, looks like this. Now what is the job of the model or tool? Model will try to optimize this cost function and try to bring it to as low as possible. So the best case scenario is if this term becomes 0. And the job of the model is to bring this cost function to as close to 0 as possible. So this is what is cost function, and this is how do you interpret the cost function in terms of what model is internally trying to do. So here model is internally trying to find the value of m and c which can give the lowest, the best case scenario is 0 value of this term. Okay, so this is about cost function. This is important because cost function is not only applicable to regression use cases, but in neural networks also we will see how we can use the cost function. Okay, before that, let's try to understand something called as derivatives. So derivatives I had explained in my calculus video, if you remember. I am just pasting the link here. So just to reiterate and keep it fresh in your mind, derivatives are nothing but slope of the tangent to a curve. Let me draw a curve and show you. For example, if I write a function, okay, if I write a function of x is equal to x square. So how x square will look like in xy plane? X square looks like this. Okay, x square looks like this. This is your fx and this is your x. This is your origin. Okay. So for negative x's also fx will always be positive. For positive x it will be positive. So this is your curve. Now what is the derivative of this curve at this point? For example, the derivative of the curve at this point is nothing but slope of the tangent drawn at this point. So this is the tangent. The slope of the tangent drawn at this point is called derivative of this curve at this point. What is the significance of this? If you see the slope of this tangent, you will see a negative slope. The meaning of that is, if you increase x from here, so whatever is the value of this x and fx, if you increase x from here, the fx value will decrease. That is the meaning of negative slope. What is the meaning of positive slope? If you come this side, this is a positive slope. If you increase the value of x from here, then the value of fx will also increase. That is the mathematical significance of something called as derivative. How to find derivative? You must remember differentiation concept. So if you have to find the derivative of this with respect to x, then you just say 2x by power rule. If it is x cube, then you just say 3x square. So this is how differentiation is defined or derivative is defined for any given curve. Now if I give you equation of any other curve also, then you differentiate that curve with respect to x, and whatever the output you get, that is the derivative of that curve with respect to x at that particular point when you plug the value of x. Okay. Having said that, what is the use of derivative and partial derivative in neural networks? So there is something called partial derivative that also I want to understand. I want to make you understand. So what is partial derivative? Let us say there is a function of x and y. Okay. And this function looks like this, x square plus y square. So partial derivative of a function or of a term is the derivative in which you treat all other variables as constant. So this is how partial derivative is written. So partial derivative of this function, let us say, with respect to x will be, in this partial derivative, y will be treated as constant. Okay, so it will be 2x. Partial derivative of this function with respect to y will be, this function with respect to y will be 2y. In this case, x will be treated as constant. So this is the fundamental of something called partial derivative. Why is this important? I will tell you when we discuss the backward propagation of neural network. So all these things related to neural network. Okay. One more thing I want you to understand is something called as chain rule. So what is a chain rule? Let us say you have a y, you have a function y which is x square. Okay. And x is equal to z square. For example, okay. If you have to find out the derivative of y with respect to z, then there is no direct relation of y with z. This is very, very important, guys. In backpropagation neural network, this is how you optimize weight. So try to understand this. Here is a term y. I want to understand the derivative of y with respect to z, but I do not know, I do not have any relation of y with z directly. So what do I do? What I have to find out is dy by dz, correct? But y and z are not directly related. So what we do is we just break it like this, dy by dx multiplied by dx by dz. And this process of creating a chain in differentiation or derivative is known as chain rule. Now we can very well plug the values here. Dy by dx will be how much? 2x. Dx by dz will be how much? 2z. So 4xz. This will be the derivative of y with respect to z when y is not directly related to z. So this is known as chain rule. What we have discussed till now? We have discussed what are cost functions, what are derivatives and partial derivatives, and what is chain rule. Okay. The fundamental thing to understand in backpropagation of neural network is how all these things work, and most important is how gradient descent uses all these concepts. So end thing is gradient descent. Okay, for understanding gradient descent you should know all these things. So I know this video is getting little longer, so what I will do, I will explain you gradient descent in my next video. Till then, if you have any doubts on these topics, these are very important topics. If you have any doubts, anything comes to your mind, write me in comment. I'll definitely respond to you. I'll see you all in next video with gradient descent example and explanation. Till then, stay safe and take care.